So welcome to everybody. I just wanted to make sure you all know how to use chat. Now, I'm going to ask you to just keep that open for right now because we're going to do a few things. And the purpose of this kind of session is truly to have fun on Zoom, but also to show you some of the features that Zoom has. I also do not work for Zoom, just so you know as well, but I have a tendency to say that, so I apologize. So the first thing I'm going to do, we have folks from Aurora, welcome. The first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and I'm going to share my screen, just me, and I'm going to go ahead and, during this Christmas season, I like to think of us as all elves, which I think we are. Whether you know it or not, we are all elves. And maybe we're going to come back, or maybe not. Anybody see a different screen on their screen besides black?
No, just black.
Oh no.
No.
It says end of slideshow, click to exit.
Yes,
All right. Let me stop my share. All right, we're going to try that.
You're back.
I'm back. All right. Let's try that one more time with feeling. See what I may have been getting overzealous here. I get so excited, Let's try it one more time. There we go.
There.
You got it?
Now. Yep.
All right. We still doing okay?
We got your slideshow, step 1, step 2.
Okay, so what I want you to do, because my screen isn't going, looks like I'm having a little bit of technical difficulty on my end. So as long as you guys are able to see it, you're able still to see it?
Yes.
Okay, nope.
No.
Did it just go away?
Yes.
There we go. How's that?
Great.
Okay. Now, what I want you to do is, this is a little bit of a way for you to name yourself. We want to know what your elf name is. So step 1 is to find the last letter of your first name. And then step 2 is to find the month you were born. Okay, so step 1, step 2. Last letter of your first name, and then the month you were born. And then I want you to go ahead and enter it in chat. All right, so let's see if we can do that. So go ahead. I'm going to have everyone you're working on your own there. You're going to.
I can't see the months from July to December because it's not over far enough on the screen.
What type of device are you using?
I have a tablet.
Can you try extending the screen at all? Or you might have to play around with your view.
We have to get back to
Or
Little feet.
worst case scenario, if we can't get you there on the tablet, then we will just tell you what month you're looking for.
Okay, the other question is too, will we get copies of these?
Okay.
Annie is gonna send out an email with links to some of the items that we're gonna talk about today, yes.
I can't get it, so it's October.
Well, I can't see.
October is Elfie ears,
Okay.
just so you know. Okay, now one thing I should say, I'm sorry I don't know who that was talking because I didn't see you.
Yeah.
But when you can use Zoom on all kinds of devices, okay? But when you're using it on a tablet, iPad, or a phone, you may not have the same visibility as you will on a laptop or desktop. Okay, just so you're aware of that. The other piece, okay, is that you may have some of it, but you need to, I want to say like play around a little bit. And what I mean by that, I'm going to say something is on the lower right and you might, or lower left, and you might have to look at the top left or something like that. It may be in a different place on your tablet or iPad. Okay, and some of the functionality is not quite there in Zoom for that, just so you know. All right, so let's see who we've got here with our chat. Let's see how we did.
Put the cursor after a minute.
All right, did everybody get to enter that in? Does anybody need to see this elf name anymore? Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and stop that. We good? All right. Let's see what we look like. Okay, sweet elfie ears. Naughty elfie toes. I won't even ask who that is because you're already on the naughty list. Bubbly little feet. Nice. Spicy dancer. Yep, I'm spicy twinkle glitter toes, I should say. So again, now all I did with that, all right, everybody knows how to use chat very well. So I'm very glad about that. Now, all I did with that, in order to bring that slide up, okay, all I did was share my screen. And from that, all right, I'm able to choose what I want to share. Now, sharing of the screen in Zoom is kind of cool. You can share whatever you have open on your computer. So what does that mean? You can share whatever application. So for instance, if you were before this meeting, if you were looking at your email, if you were looking at Facebook, you were looking at a meeting agenda or something like that, and all those things were open on your computer, okay? When you go to share in Zoom, it will ask you, it will say, okay, which one do you want to share? And that can be a real handy thing if you're thinking of doing any kind of connecting with family and friends over the holidays, playing some games with kids that might be, or family, friends that might be out of state or wherever, or 2 blocks over at these times now, it doesn't matter. You can share these things, and it's just kind of a nice, easy way to do that. Okay, can I just see a show of hands? Has anyone shared a screen before on Zoom? So we do have a couple people. Okay, good, good. I just wanted to kind of see where we were at with that. All right, any questions about that at all? I just want to make sure. We're going to talk about sharing of screen a little bit more as we go on. Any questions about the chat as well? There's only one other thing I want to share with you about the chat. When you're putting something in the chat box, happy Nutcracker, I like it. When you're putting something in the chat box, all right, like I said, the default is to everyone. That means everyone that's on the call will see it. If you wanted to send a message to just one individual, all right, if you look at your chat box right now and you see how it says to everyone, and then there's a little drop down. If you click on that drop down, it's going to list everyone who's in the meeting. Okay, does everyone see that?
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually a kind of a nice little feature if you wanted to send, and I'll change mine right now so that you can, instead of sending it to the library, which we are on the library's account, your tax dollars are at work, all you Downers Grove folks, just so you know. I'm going to change it to Kathy, just so you know. All right. And now why don't you, I'll get flooded, but that's okay. Everybody send a private message just to me. So you're going to look for to Kathy G. Send me whatever you'd like to send me. A nice message. Okay. Otherwise, I have the opportunity to put you on the naughty list, like I said. So please send something nice. All right. Let's see if I get everything. Oh, there. Nope. There we go. Nope. All right. Here we go. Okay, does everyone see how to do that? I just want to make sure that you know how to do an individual message and then a message to everyone, if you so choose. Sometimes when you are on a meeting or a webinar with someone and you want to send a message, let's say you're having a little trouble with seeing something or hearing something, you can send a message in chat. And if you wanted to send it just to the facilitator, whoever it is, you can do it that way if you want, and you don't disturb the whole meeting. Okay, any questions about that? Yes, no, maybe? So far, so good? All right, the next thing we're going to try here is we're going to try a little trivia game, and we're going to see how well you folks know your Christmas carols. All right, now, once again, in this time, instead of sharing a slide or what I'm going to call a PowerPoint slide, that was something I did before with our elf names. This time, hello? Okay, you know what? I think for right now, I'm going to ask everyone to mute themselves, if you wouldn't mind, just so we don't get any background noise. And again, that's just so to make sure everyone can hear. Thank you. Now, the next thing we're going to do is a little trivia game, like I said. And this time, what I'm going to do is also share my screen, but I'm going to share a web page with you. All right, we're going to see how this goes. So we'll, whoops. Let's see if we can find what I want to share. Okay. There we go. And let's hope we connect. Does anybody see? And you can just give me a thumbs up, because I know I just asked y'all to mute yourself. And I always do that, so not to worry. Thank you. We know we have people that know how to use reactions. Just so you know, for those of you that are not familiar with it, we have some people that know how to use it already. There is an option, again, on your Zoom toolbar. And if you look, and again, when I call the Zoom toolbar, that's the bar that starts with the microphone, and it's called reactions. And if you click on that, there's a few reactions that you can then do. They go away automatically. All right, they're going to show up on your video, and that was very nice to kind of give the reactions thumbs up. It just kind of, you're able to communicate without, again, verbally saying anything. All right, so this time what we're going to do is we are going to go through some of these. And again, now this time we're sharing, I'm sharing a web page. All right, now this is going to be something you cannot click on this, only I can click. But what I'm going to have, now that I have you all muted, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and unmute yourself one more time. And what I'm going to do is just read the question in case you have trouble seeing it. And we're going to go ahead and see what is the best answer that we have. So you can just tell me what you think. So the first one is, which Christmas song is also the best selling of all time? Now that's an easy one. What do you guys think?
White Christmas.
White Christmas.
Jingle Bells and White Christmas.
White Christmas.
White Christmas.
White Christmas.
Yeah, you guys are pretty much right on the money there. White Christmas, of course, it was released in 1942, just so you know. And they said, according to this, when this little survey was written, is that it's the best-selling single ever, according to the Guinness Book of Records. Just so you know. So now we're going to be full of a little Christmas Carol trivia. So let's see, the next one we have is, all right, now this is a little bit harder. Do You Hear What I Hear was originally written as a call for peace during which conflict? And the choice is, and no Googling. There is no Googling or I have to once again put you on the naughty list, all right?
You hear what
So
I
do you hear what I hear? Was it the Vietnam War,
Yes.
Cuban
Yes.
Missile Crisis, assassination of Martin Luther King, or assassination of JFK?
Vietnam War.
Vietnam
The
War.
war.
Cuban Missile
Vietnam War.
Crisis.
Vietnam War, and I heard Cuban Missile Crisis. Sounds like Vietnam War was the winner.
Korean War, 62.
Yep.
Cuban Missile.
No Googling. Remember, there is no Googling.
62.
All right, I'm going to say Vietnam War. That's what you guys told me.
Right.
Aha. It was the Cuban Missile
The
Crisis.
Cuban Missile.
Wow.
Who knew? I didn't know this one either. Now, I've done this a few times since I've been practicing, but it did happen. And that was, again, written in 1962. And they said the inspiration for this song, which I thought was different, was that they saw the two writers of the song said that after seeing babies pushed in strollers along the streets of New York City. I found that very odd, but who do?
Yeah.
So, all right, we're going to do one more of these. But again, now what I'm doing with this, and we're going to give you the link to this. What I'm doing as host is I'm sharing my screen. In this case, it's a web page so that everyone can see. Okay, now a word of caution, if you're going to do this with family and friends, sometimes when you start sharing web pages, it takes, if you will, more connectivity to do sometimes. And there could be a situation where your internet may be a little unstable. So just so you know about that. All right, now here, okay, let's see if you get this one. How long did it take Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You to reach #1 on the Billboard Hot 100?
6 years.
6.
25.
25,
25.
10.
25.
15.
6.
Okay, so far I've heard kind of just a little bit across the board, but the first one I heard was 6. All right.
Yes.
So I'm going to go into 6. You're going to be very surprised at this one. It took 25 years.
It took 25. Wow.
It did to become #1. Now, do you believe it? She released it in 1994 and it became #1 last year, 2019.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
And believe it or not, which again, I found, of course, at this time of year, we hear that song everywhere, but she is right up there, second only to the Beatles, who have 20 #1 hits.
Really?
She's 19.
Wow.
That's what it
Right.
tells me.
Yeah.
All right. So let me just make sure we have everybody. Okay. We should have everybody on right now. All right, so I'm going to, okay, I'll do one more because you guys are pretty good with this. And I don't think we have a lot of people Googling. We may though. Just think of it, because most of you may be around my age, you may be a little younger. Maybe 1 or 2 of you are older, but very, very few. But you know, if our kids were here, and by kids, I mean our adult children were here, we would give them this question and they would be on their phone so fast to find the answer. That would be my son-in-law. Both of my son-in-laws, actually, before I probably ever read it, they would have the answer for me. So you cannot use your phone. You cannot use the internet to do these or Google. Oh Holy Night made history as the first song ever broadcast from space, the first Christmas song broadcast on the radio, the first English language Christmas carol, and the first Christmas carol written by a woman. What do we think?
Space.
First from space.
Space.
Space?
First English.
I'm going to go with
On the radio.
by a woman.
So I have by a woman and I have space, but I think the majority of what I heard was space.
Radio.
So
Radio.
I'm going to go with it. But just so you know,
Wrong.
it
Oh,
was
it was on the
Oh, you-
it was the
Oh.
first one broadcast on
Really?
the radio. All right.
Oh,
But who Jingle Bells was the first one from space.
Okay.
Okay, and that was 1965. So again, just a few, and as you can tell by the website that I'm doing this with, I'm going to go ahead and stop my share so I can get you all back. Okay. There you go. Okay, so the ARP website does have some different links like that, and I just thought it was kind of a fun trivia thing. But you can find these types of things, like a little trivia game, on the web, on various sites, you know, be safe, but on the web, and then you're able to share them on a Zoom call. So even if you had a party or something, you're going to get together with some folks, and you have like 8 people, everyone could take a turn getting maybe, you know, doing a little research on a game or a link to play, so that everybody could take a turn and you'd be able to share it and then kind of go back and forth with answers like that. Does anybody have any questions on that or how we did that? I just want to make sure that you're clear on that. Again, I'm just pretty much sharing my screen.
what?
So far we've talked about chat. We've talked about sharing the screen. And again, I'm going on the Zoom control bar, which in most cases is on the bottom of your screen. For some of you on a different device, it might be up top. If you don't see it, sometimes people tell me, I don't even see what you're talking about. Just take your mouse and just jiggle it a little bit on the bottom, because there's all different kind of settings that you can do that can make it kind of disappear and then it comes back. So it's never gone. But that Zoom control bar on the bottom, it's important that you understand a little bit of it so that you're comfortable when you go on a call. All right, so you're able to be seen and heard, you're able to chat, you're able to, you know, share a screen if you so choose. All right, any questions with that? All right, now part of the invitation that went out said that we hope that you would dress or wear whatever. I think we kind of called it holiday attire. So it could be ugly sweater, or pretty sweater. It could be a goofy, you can't even see it, my Bugs Bunny Christmas vest. I think this is as old as it can be. Whatever it may be. So who do we have that would like to participate? Can you just show me share of hands here? I think Nancy wants to participate, right? She's got her hat on. Who else?
Sure.
Pat, Nancy, Pat. All right, Annie, you ready for this? Nancy, Pat, Happy Nutcracker. Now you changed your name. I don't know what your official name is.
Who is that?
I'm sorry?
Who is Happy Nutcracker?
I don't know. Can you unmute yourself, Happy Nutcracker?
Sorry, yeah. I'm Jackie Swiss. I'll change that.
Jackie. No, that's okay.
fine. I
But
know
that's
who it is.
that's a real good point, though. Happy Nutcracker. Stay right there for a second.
That's fine.
This-
Happy Nutcracker.
This is
You can leave it. I know who you are now. So that's
yeah,
fine.
there you go. This is a good point, though. A lot of times you might be on a call and you know, different from, like, we're kind of a little bit of an informal group here. But your name that shows up, okay, that's the name that's associated with the account. However, if you want, you can change that on the fly. So for instance, if you go to one of these meetings, these are also, when it's a much larger crowd, it can also be called like a Zoom webinar, but in any case. So when you're on a larger meeting and they're saying, well, it might be recorded or something like that. If you don't want your whole name to show, like most of you will have your whole name, like I have the Downers Grove Library, you can go up to your video. One way to do it, you can go up to your little video and you can either see where it says the 3 dots, you can click on that, Or you can go up to your video and right click and there'll be an option to rename.
Ooh.
Oh, I see the wheels are turning. Obviously, we know that Happy Nutcracker was very happy to do that. So that was oh, Kathy, I just saw that you asked the question. So here's your answer, but thank you, Happy Nutcracker, for doing that. Again, it's completely up to you. You don't have to, but oftentimes people will do it for a little bit of privacy. Okay, they'll just maybe use their first name. Like here, I just have a habit of putting my first name and my initial.
So Kathy, could you repeat where that is? Is it where the video?
Sure.
icon?
One way to do it, if you go on your little picture, your video of yourself that you're seeing right now, you can do a right click.
Oh,
Oh,
I have a Mac, so right, here we go.
you see it
Rename-
there?
Yeah.
Okay. That's one way to do it. There are going to be multiple, of course, just like everything else, there's multiple ways to do things. All right, I believe you can also go, and let me expand this a little bit. You can also go into participants. And when you go to your name in the participants simply means just that, whoever's in the meeting. But when you find your name and go all the way over to the right, there's a more option. You can also rename yourself from there.
Okay.
Okay, but just so you're aware, that rename only is good for the session you're in unless you change the name that you associated the Zoom account with. Okay, so just so you're aware of that. Okay, good questions. Thank you again, Happy Nutcracker, for starting this conversation. Kathy, thank you for asking the question. I appreciate that. All right, so that being said, we're going to go back to our contest, and we said there were prizes. So we have, where did Nancy go?
I don't know what happened. My face disappeared.
Nancy, put your video back on. Just go to the lower left and click on Start
Got it.
Video. You
Got it.
got it. You're there.
Thank you.
I knew you'd be there because we didn't want you to miss the contest. So we have Nancy, Happy Nutcracker. We have Pat. We have Joan. All right. Anybody else want to be in the contest for your attire? All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'll try to remember those names. If not, I'll do my best. But what we're going to do is I'm going to start with Nancy because I know she's rare to go. And she is just going to, the way we're going to do this is, Nancy, you just can say your name and what you're wearing. I don't care. You can describe what you're wearing. I don't care, however you want to do it. But for the rest of us, what I want you to do is up on the top right, I want you to click on View. And now this time, click on Speaker. All right, now you're seeing me and all my snowmen. All right, but what you're going to see are the folks that are going to be in our contest, and they're going to be showing us their attire. So, Nancy, can we start with you?
I'm Nancy, and I'm wearing my elf hat. Actually, it's a Santa hat, but I wear it on Thanksgiving because I am the elf that picks the name for our Secret Santas.
Very nice.
But not this year.
Oh, right.
No Thanksgiving this year.
Not, right. Next year. Next
Yeah.
year.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Nancy. Who is next? Did I? All right, see, I already forgot.
Honeywell? Pat?
Cat. Mhm.
Pat.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Oh, I don't know why.
There you go.
Now am I on?
Oh, you were.
I
Yep.
was. Am I
Wait.
back?
All right. Pat, go one more time.
Where do I press?
No, you're good. You're good. Just go.
Oh, just go ahead. Okay.
Yep.
I'm wearing a wooden holly necklace and some holly earrings. And when I used to teach school, I used to try to vary my outfits when we were doing Christmas carols. So this would have been a holly jolly Christmas.
Oh, cool.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay, Happy Nutcracker, your turn.
Yep. Yeah. Just got my little sparkle Santa hat. And I have my snowman kind of shirt,
Ooh.
Nice.
which has
Okay.
Christmas trees as well. Wait, this side, Christmas trees. Yeah.
Very
All
cute.
right. So we had Nancy, Pat,
And Joan.
Happy Snowcracker, and Joan, would you like to go next?
Yes. I have a shirt, it's a jacket with various Christmas decorations and then some on the sleeves. And then
Okay.
some on the back. Something's on the back. Can you see it?
Wow.
All
Very
right.
pretty, pretty.
I like it.
Okay.
What I
was
like
there-
about it is it's not silly. I can wear it out.
There you go. Okay, was there anybody else that wanted to participate? Feel free to just start talking, but unmute yourself if you are. Otherwise, we're good? All right, so here's what I want you to do. Now, we're going to go back and switch our view. We all need to do this, including me. Switch your view back to gallery. So click on top right, view, go back to gallery. We're all good? Okay, so here are our people, and I want everyone to go ahead and you're going to go ahead into your chat box and you're going to send a message to Annie. You're going to go in chat, send a message to Annie of who your favorite is. So we have Nancy, Pat, Happy Nutcracker, and Joan. And if you need to kind of go in and look at them again, or if you want them to do anything else, let us know. Otherwise, Annie's going to be tallying these up. And there are prizes, just so you know. Any questions on what we're doing or how to do it? We're all good. Everyone's sending a message to Annie. Poor Annie. Thank you so much for doing this. She loves this part. I just tell
Oh,
you.
I sent it to Annie.
Yes. Yes, please send it to Annie.
Chat to Annie.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I think I answered the question. Who sent this? Hang on one sec. I want to make sure I answer the question about how to change your name. And then does it change it for future meetings? Just so you know, again, when you change it like we did, when we did the right click or you went into participants, that just changes it for the session. Okay, it doesn't change it permanently. That you would need to do on your account. When you set it up, when you log in, you would go into my profile and do that. Yes, Kathy.
But there is a dialog box with a check mark that says, this, do you want to use this for future meetings?
Where was that dialog box? I didn't see that.
When I do rename, enter, I'm in the box right now. Enter a new screen name, fine. Then there's a checkbox, a box that says, remember my name for future meetings.
oh yeah.
What device are you using?
My Surface computer laptop.
Okay.
Yeah, I have that too. It says remember for future meetings.
Well, who knew? I don't have that. You guys are special. You must have the advanced version. What can that's great. If it does that, that's great. Okay. So just FYI on that. You might need to test that out and so forth, just so you know. All right, Annie, do we have a winner yet, or would you like me to go on?
I'm almost done.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to
Happy
start. Well,
Nutcracker.
Who-
It's Happy Nutcracker.
Happy Nutcracker was our winner.
Thank
Woohoo!
you, thank you, thank you.
But you all win. You can pick up the prizes, all of you want a prize. You can
Okay,
You can pick up your prizes at the Curtis Street entrance, so just, they'll have your name on it. All you have to do is ask, actually, I should, all you have to do is, go to the Curtis Street entrance and tell them you're here to pick up your Zoom prize. And, they'll know, and just give them your name and they'll come bring it to your, car. So all of
That's
you
nice.
won, all of you won.
Thank you.
so
See?
Thank you.
Nancy and Happy
Very
Nutcracker
sweet.
and
That's where we
Joan.
pick up the books, right? At the
Yes,
book
where
pickup?
you pick
Yeah.
up the
There you
books
go.
on the Curtis Street entrance, just
Yeah.
pull into a spot and tell them you have to pick up your Zoom and they'll know.
And you don't need your library card,
No,
just
you don't need the
FYI.
library card.
Someone asked that the other day. We just want to make sure.
No. Just need give them your name and your name's going to be on the tag.
Okay, now, just thank you, Annie, for doing that. Annie got the prizes all together and everything, so I really appreciate that. Just so you know, though, let's make sure everyone can do that. Now we're kind of back in gallery mode. I saw someone do that. When Annie announced who won, I saw a few of you do this. Totally fine. But again, there is another way to do it. Some of you already know, but let's try everyone to know. Go down to reactions.
Ah,
Okay, do you see that? And just put whatever you like. It will put the reaction in your video window. I think it's probably about 15 or 20 seconds, whatever. And then it goes away. So you just have to do it and then it goes away by itself. But in case you're wondering, what's really kind of nice, I know we've been doing the clapping one kind of for this particular session, but what's nice, I'll be honest, as a presenter for some of these things, it's nice when you're doing something or you say something and and you don't all have to do it now, please don't do it now, but you say something and someone listening in the audience will kind of do like even the thumbs up or something like that. It's like, you know, you're affirming what someone said, but you're also not disrupting the meeting. Okay, so it's just kind of a nice, easy way to do things, how you react, but non-verbally. Okay. All right. Now this next piece is something that, again, I'm going to use my share screen and we're going to use something called Breakout Rooms. Now, Breakout Rooms is kind of like a more advanced feature, but don't worry about it. It's going to be self-explanatory. You'll be all fine. But the first thing I want to show you is how to share what's called a whiteboard. A whiteboard is something that comes with Zoom. It's a collaboration tool that companies use, educators use, people like me use with my grandkids. I have 6, and it's just kind of fun to do different things with, okay? And it's going to be very easy to use. So I want you to just kind of watch, and we're all going to be able to do this. So once again, I'm going to share my screen. When I do that, it gives me an option to select this whiteboard. Now, again, the whiteboard is something that comes with Zoom. It's nothing that you had to do special. And basically what it is, just like it says, it's a whiteboard, all right? And it gives me some tools to collaborate with others. So for instance, for the purpose of today, we're going to do some things very simple. It gives me the ability to draw, for instance. Now, I'm not very good. This happens every time I do this side of the tree. I never get it. But then again, trees are not perfect. So think of it that way. I'm able to decorate my tree if I want, put some stars up there. All right. I may want to go ahead and put an ornament or two. Now, the reason I'm showing you this, I might be able to insert a text box. So for instance, if you have a group that you're meeting with and you want to start collaborating or thinking of ideas, you could ask a question such as, you know, how are you doing? And just kind of go from there. Or in a different case, you might be putting information and everybody's putting an idea about a certain topic, and you could put in today's date, for instance. Anything that you would type in a regular document or so forth. I was going to ask a silly question. I was going to say, what's the date today? Silly question. There we go. All right, but it allows you to do various things. Now, I am the host, so I was the sharer of this screen. You are the attendees, you're viewing the screen. So up on the top part of your screen right now, you should see something that says View Options. All right, so I want you to go ahead and click on that. If you're on an iPad or tablet, you may have to click around a little bit for that. Okay. Now, what I want you to be able to do, I'm going to move, there was a message there and I will go back in just a second to answer the message. Was everybody able to see that where it says View Options and then you clicked on Annotate? Okay. I want you to go ahead and play around with that. Use any of the tools that you see on the top there. A real good one to use is this one under Draw. And then it gives you a whole bunch of options. You can change your color. You could use stamps. So just go ahead and draw on my tree. All right, I see. Of course, Happy Nutcracker was the first one to put the ornament on the tree. I love it. All right, so use any of these tools. If you weren't able to get the tools, if you weren't able to see that annotation, make sure that you let me know because we'll try to get you set up there. Now, we're doing this on a whiteboard just to show you what these tools can do. This annotation toolbar, okay, feature allows you to annotate on anything. So for instance, let's say you're working with, you're a teacher, a tutor, you're trying to work with someone where English is not their first language. You could share a document or a web page, and then you could use these annotation tools, all right, to point to an area so that you would be able to like highlight it or with an arrow. So for instance, here, I could go up and say, can you read that sentence? Everybody see that's me drawing that purple arrow there? You could say, can you read the sentence where the arrow is pointing? Different things like that. All right, that's what this annotation bar is really about. I use it to show you through drawing and kind of putting whatever you want on here. All right, but it's really a way for you to be able to annotate anything. Now, I will be honest, as I said, I have 6 grandkids, ranging in a little over 3 to 10. And let me just tell you that when you show them something like this and you give them access, whatever kind of device that they may be on, they will just go to town with it. It's just kind of a fun thing to do. There's not necessarily a whole lot of skill. However, I see some people are drawing here on the bottom. They're doing a pretty good job. Someone could actually write their name. That was Pat. I envy that because when I write my name using the draw tool, it goes all over the place. Now, the beauty of all this too is that as the host or the sharer of the screen, you can go and say, okay, guys, that was really, really nice. Can we stop? And you know, especially with kids, you know how kids and or energetic people, they just keep on going. So what you can do is say, okay, it's kind of like we're done. There's a clear tool up there. You can say, nope, we're done. That's simple. And it clears your whole screen. Okay. And then you're like, well, I really didn't mean to do that. There's also an undo up there for you. So it brings it all back. All right. And then if it was really, truly a lovely picture, it also gives you the option to save, which could be kind of a fun thing if you had people from all over doing things. They could draw, they could enter their name, they could put a date on there, and you could save that for it and then say, look what happened last year or that year or something like that. Okay, does everyone see how to do that? The one thing I think this was a question that was in the chat, was can you do this by yourself? Absolutely. Let me explain. So let's say you scheduled a meeting for yourself. Now, first of all, to schedule a meeting, you have to have a Zoom account. All right. To attend a meeting, you do not. But to schedule a meeting, you do have to have a Zoom account, which is a very simple process to do. Once you do that, you can schedule a meeting and just have yourself at the meeting. I've had many of those. Let me tell you, since I started doing this in March and April, I have had many meetings with just me. You can then go into the share option and you can open up a whiteboard and you can do whatever you want on it. All right, so I hope that answered whoever question that was. I'm sorry I didn't get the first part of whose name it was, but you can go ahead and do that. So what I'd like to do today, and we're going to do it very simply, we're going to do two things. Okay, so that was sharing of the whiteboard. So what I'm going to have you guys do is I'm going to break you into what we call breakout rooms. And that means randomly, because I'm not going to, how many of us are there? About 15. So I think I'll do 3 rooms of 5. All right. What's going to happen is it's going to break you into a room. All right. And it's going to be like a mini meeting. So where you're sitting right now and you see the Zoom control and all that, you're going to be in a meeting, but there's only going to be 5 of you in that meeting. All right. I, as host, and Annie as the co-host, we're going to be able to, and we're going to bop into the different meetings. You don't have to do anything, so don't worry about it. What I would like, though, is for one of you in each meeting, and whoever it may be, just kind of, if you would like to be the leader of that group, that's fine. All right. You are going to then share a screen and you're going to open up the whiteboard. You get to the whiteboard. Again, don't do it right now until you get in your group, but you get to the whiteboard by doing a share screen, which is in the bottom of your Zoom control bar. You see it there. It's the green. I like what Zoom did. They made it a nice green. That's not just for Christmas. It's green all the time, just so you know, but it kind of stands out. So when you get into your group, one of you, figure out who's going to be our leader. One of you is going to open that share screen. You're going to click on it. You're going to open the whiteboard. And then as a group, you're going to go ahead and draw a holiday scene. I'll call it a Christmas tree if you can't think of anything else, but you can do whatever you like. All right. Now, if you need help, there's an option there once you get in your breakout room, and it's going to say, click here for help. All right. And we will make sure that either Annie or myself will get in there. So don't worry, just because you're going to go in the small room, you are still part of the big. All right, Pat, you don't want to share your screen. Pat?
I'm kind of, I ended up going to Zoom 5.4.2 is here.
Okay.
Yeah, I got that too.
Can you
Sorry,
do
that's
stop? Can you
That's
do
what I've got
stop
too.
share? Can you do stop share, please?
I can't get my other screen back.
Click on the bottom where you see the Zoom icon. It looks like a camcorder. It's blue and white.
I'm clicking that, but it's not happening.
Okay. You don't see stop share?
No.
Do you?
Oh, I see it. Sorry.
Where is it?
There you go. Okay, that was an example. See, we have real live examples here, not to worry, folks. So Pat, whatever room you're going to be in, you can be the leader in that room. All right. No, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. Once you get into the breakout rooms, that's when one of you is going to share for that group. All right. You'll be fine. Now you know how to do it. So you're right there. All right. So let's see. if
How are you making, I don't, it's not that I need to know who, it's just how do you do what you're gonna do? How do you
okay,
break
there,
out rooms?
there is an option on the bottom of the toolbar that allows you as a host, all right, since I'm the host, we scheduled a meeting. It allows something called breakout rooms. And all that means is then Zoom will allow kind of like these mini meetings. And you can make as many as you want. And there's a lot of different options. That's kind of just an overview of it, because really the breakout rooms is something, we are going to have a class about that going forward in January, just FYI. We'll go into a lot more detail on it. Okay, but it's basically an option that's available to the host, and then it splits people up. But yes,
Got it.
definitely come join us. I think it's January, the beginning of February.
Mhm.
I won't, all you have to do is register as Happy Nutcracker and I'll know exactly who it is. So, all right, here we go, folks. You're not going to be lost, so don't worry. How many rooms did I say? We're going to do 3.
5.
All right, here we go. Ready or not. All right, we're going to hope for the best. All right, if anyone has to leave, I completely understand. Thank you for coming. Have a safe holiday. I get it. All right, here we go. You're going off into your little rooms, hopefully. Oh no, what happened to Pat? How come you're not in a room?
I have no idea. It says down on the bottom, you can join breakout rooms from here. Should I click that?
Yeah, I'm just not sure why you weren't. I'm not sure why you weren't assigned, unless if it. I don't. Oh, Pat, you have to click join. Do you see some? There you go. Okay, Annie, are you with me? Okay. Annie's in there. Okay. Sometimes when you come back from the breakout room, it automatically mutes you. So just make sure that you kind of toggle that back and forth. Any of you guys have any, while we're waiting for the rest to come back, any of you have any question on that? One of the main things too that I want to make sure you're able to do, any question with the sharing of the screen. All right, when you guys, everyone can unmute so you can just talk, because I think right now we're at a point. You can unmute yourself if you'd like, if you want to speak. That's fine. But here's what I want to say. When you're in a breakout room like that, you can't all share at the same time.
Oh.
Okay? Sharing of the screen like that, when you're in a breakout room, you have to do one at a time. All right. When you are in a meeting and you're the host, okay, for the most part, you would probably be doing most of the sharing. Or you may say, for instance, I may say, I'm just going to pick on people now, so don't, it's nothing personal. I'm only going to pick on Nancy because I like her hat. So let's say that we were in a meeting and Nancy was in my meeting and she was responsible for the agenda for our next outing. Let's say we can go out, you know, it's going to be sometime in 2021. We can all go out and we're going to have this big party. Anyways, I could say to Nancy, Nancy, could you please share your screen? At that point, yes, she would go and then click on the green and then share her screen and we could all see it. Does everyone understand that? Does anyone have a question about that? I just want to make sure.
No, so you give her permission be as the hostess?
The
host.
Right.
And how can you have Nancy then open her screen if only
Okay.
the host can?
No. It's not only the host. Okay. Sharing of the screen. All right. We can say that anybody can share, but one at a time is a nicer way to do it. So for instance, Nancy, can I pick on you?
Sure.
Okay. Do you have any other something else open on your computer right now? Nothing personal? Not your email or anything personal?
No, I don't.
Does anyone else have something open that they would like to just kind of, just so we can see another person sharing? Okay, come on. I know some of you guys are probably on Facebook. We're looking at your emails. You were shopping at Kohl's. None of you?
Yeah, I have a shopping screen.
See, I knew it. Who was it that just said that?
That was I did.
Okay, Mary, would you mind?
No.
Would you like to try this? All right. Mary is going to share her screen. We're going to see what Mary's going to shop for. Hope it's nothing personal.
No.
So just so we can see how someone else is sharing the screen.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to guide you. Okay.
All right.
You're going to click on share screen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And now you get another screen where it has a bunch of your screens, whatever you have open. And do you see your shopping screen?
No, it lists things. It says Dropbox, iCloud Drive, Photos.
What device are you on?
I'm on an iPad.
Okay.
So
that
maybe
may
you
work.
should do someone that's not on an iPad.
Is anybody on a desktop or a laptop that has something open that would like to share? Kathy. Okay.
I don't remember what I have open now. We'll see.
But you have something. All right. Kathy is going to share. It's okay. Are we going to be okay with that? Otherwise, I got the trigger button on my security.
Sure. Okay.
So you're going to go to share screen.
Yes.
All right. And then it opens up a screen where everything that you have open on your computer is there.
Yes.
Click on the one that you want. Remember, everyone's going to be able to see it. So click on that one.
All right. I think this is okay.
Oh, I sure hope so.
Just my photo album at Walgreens.
Oh,
Cool.
Okay. And this is a real good example.
yes.
Thank you, Kathy.
Is
This
that
is
right?
exact-
Little boys. They're so cute.
They
Oh,
are.
I can choose. I can show you the pictures. All right. That's kind of
Well, wait, we're not going to go through it. Hold on.
Okay, what's that? Who
But
are
this
they?
is this is
Those
a
are my two little, that's my son Kyle,
Uh-huh.
that's my 2-year-old baby or grandson Chance, and that's
Beautiful.
5-year-old Pierce. And they live in
Oh,
nice. All right.
That going
So
on
now,
right
Kathy, I'm going to ask you up where it says stop share. Can you click on that?
Yes.
Stop share, and then you're going to come back. Okay, thank you. We could have looked at more pictures, I know, but in the interest of time, but that was a perfect example of you're meeting up with some friends for Christmas, for the holidays. We can't meet in person, right? And you want to share some of the pics with your friends. So Kathy went and shared her screen. Then she had options of,
No, because somebody else.
could everybody, yeah, hang on one second. And then she picked whatever screen she wanted to share. And the reason I was teasing about, remember, everyone's going to see it, is again, remember, everyone will see what you share. So in a group like this, I don't think we have to worry about it. But just so you know, as the host, Zoom has built in security features. So if people are doing, let's just say, things that they are not, you are able to disable that very quickly so that if they're sharing something, so there are different ways to get around that. And I just said that just so you are aware of it, because there have been some issues with in the education world of kids, they would try to share different things or what have you, and that's not what it's meant for. So just FYI on that. There was a question. Sandra, where did you go? Sandra, what was your question again? Could you just ask me? Because my chat went away.
Oh, okay. My question is, as the host, are you able to see if people go to check their emails or go on the internet and go shopping?
Ooh.
Oh, no. What do you, I'm not sure
No.
what you mean by that. No. As the host, okay, I mean, we have a lot of power as the host, but it stops right here on Zoom, okay? What I'm getting at, though, is when you share a screen, all right, it's a good idea if you, let's put it back a second. When you go to a meeting and you are going to participate and you might be called on to share a screen from one thing or the other, all right, what you want to do is you want to close out some of those other things. So for instance, let's say you had your email open. Let's say you had your Facebook open or whatever. It's a good idea to close those down before you ever get to the meeting. That's just kind of a good practice. It takes, hopefully if you have any connectivity issues, that will help the case by shutting down some of those applications. The other thing is if, for instance, in what we just did now with Kathy sharing her screen, let's just say she meant to share her pictures and instead she clicked on her email inbox. Now, I'm making all this up, Kathy, just so you know. We're making this up. But let's just say she clicked on her email inbox and there was an email from someone that not everyone should be seeing or reading. You don't want that to happen. So just a good way around it is just don't have those things open when you're going to share like that. Okay, I think there was another.
That screen, those are pretty small pictures for me to see what I was picking out. It was hard to see them.
Okay, and there's different ways that you could do it so that you might want to either enhance or enlarge the sizes or something like that. Pat.
Question that kind of a couple people had said in the breakout room, it was if there could be any written directives on some of this so we could go and play around with it a little bit, on how to get a whiteboard and how to do a breakout.
Right. We will send some of the links. Today was kind of like a fun session, if you will, but we will send out some of the links. The other things I would really encourage you, though, is that we will have more sessions coming up in January. In regard, what I can do, though, we can do something where we can send something on the whiteboard, because if a few of you have said that, we can, because normally when we do these sessions, I am going through a PowerPoint where I have steps on how to share a screen, how to share the whiteboard, exactly what you're talking about. So maybe I'll throw a few of those slides together and so that you can see those as well. But otherwise, please join us in January. For whatever.
I'm in a class.
You don't.
Sorry.
That's okay. If you don't have a Zoom account, I suggest if you want to schedule a meeting, you need to have a Zoom account. So that's the first session that we're going to start with right in January. We're also then going to go, I think we have 2 or 3 that are lined up. So please, please, join us for those. And for those, like I said, I go through a regular PowerPoint slide presentation where it gives you the directions on how to do this, that, and the other. Okay. The other thing I would suggest as well is if you want to do anything one-on-one or whatever, please feel free to contact me. Annie's going to send out an email with some of this follow-up. My email address will also be in there. Feel free if you'd like to do that. If some of you want to get together for an impromptu whiteboard 15-minute session, we can also do that, believe me. If you want to do it before Christmas, we could do it, but you just kind of have to let me know and we can figure something out if that's the case. Because I want to make sure that people are as comfortable as we can be with it right now. Okay. Any other questions?
When you go into the breakout rooms,
Yeah.
can you assign specific people to specific rooms, or is it all random?
No, you can do that. You can assign specific people. For instance, this can be used, again, one thing like for teachers, and they can have the set group, group 1, 2, 3, and 4, and those can be assigned kids, for instance, in each of the group. Or let's say you're playing some kind of game. I had this question the other day. A person and her teenage grandkids are going to play some kind of a game. You could assign people specifically to the different room. You can also, as host, move people around and so forth. Breakout rooms are becoming I shouldn't say becoming. They're a tool, a little bit advanced, but they're making a lot of enhancements to them as well. It's a nice feature to kind of have. Okay, but if you don't know anything about them, that's okay too, because Zoom kind of guides you a little bit on that. So you don't have to worry about, people always come back. It's kind of scary if you've never been in one. All of a sudden you're in this room and people are like, how do I get back? You can always get back to the main room, to the main meeting and so forth.
How do you change backgrounds?
That's
Okay.
my question too.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm going to do, this is going to be the quick and dirty because you guys are getting into all my different sessions that I've been doing for the past few months. So let me just show you this real quick. Who has a Happy Nutcracker. We're just going to pick on you left and right. So does Mary. Now, let me tell you something about backgrounds, and it's very easy to do. Zoom comes with some virtual backgrounds. First of all, what is it? Look at Happy Nutcracker right there. Wave your little hand. She's in I think that's San Francisco.
Beautiful.
Right? Now, the thing with virtual background simply means that that background is always going to be your background when your video is on. It's a great, great thing. However, there are some caveats. It doesn't always work with your computer. Mine is one of them. And I'm going to show you so you can watch today, it'll work. But there are different levels, different processors and so forth that will not work as well with these virtual backgrounds. So some do, some don't. So I'm going to show you how to do it real quick. There are all kinds of images that are out there for you to have as a virtual background, but I'm going to just show you very quickly. So now you see me here, all right? You see my lovely, this is not virtual. I'm in my living room right now. So those are my snowmen in my living room. That is not a virtual background. That is live, all right? Because I have my little friend right here, as you can tell. Okay, we're playing Name That Tune. Nobody.
I couldn't hear.
Nobody. I'm just teasing. All right, so I'm going to show you this real quick. So don't do it now. I'm going to show you. I'm just going to tell you the steps, but it's going to be, you can look at it actually right now. Look under where it says stop video. Don't click on that. There's a little up arrow. Click on that little up arrow. Then it's going to say choose virtual background. Click on that. And then go ahead and choose one. I'm going to choose one that I've been trying to do. And let's see what happens. Well, that one's kind of.
I clicked it. Now do I push download?
Now select a picture. Okay, so Bob, where did Bob go?
I selected it, but then do I have to say download?
You know, it says, okay, no. It says whatever the next option is. Choose virtual background.
Woohoo!
Just click on it. Click on your.
I did.
Mine says
It's all
none.
it gets is it just puts a little X on it.
Then.
Not a green screen.
Right. Check on the bottom. Does it say, see where it says I have a green screen?
It says mirror my video.
What does it say? Something right to the left of that?
It's just a question mark.
What are you using, a laptop or desktop? Or
Yes, a laptop.
Mm,
Do I want to press download? That's blue.
you have a download?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Download smart virtual background package.
No, don't do that. Sorry if I sounded a little bit too. Now this time, wait, before we get any further, Annie, you have to see this. Now I've got a virtual background here going. Can you see that? Do you know how long I've played with these?
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, it's half and half.
No, it's.
No.
Yeah, you do have half.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
it is
I
half.
have half of it. Wait,
Let me look. I'll go in the
let me
speaker view.
pretend like I'm in the bridge. Wait,
Yeah, you have half of, wait a minute.
that's what I wanted you to see.
Kathy, mine says none when I go there.
Mine says none too.
Mine too.
When you go to, you clicked on video, it says.
Mine also says
It
none.
looks terrible.
This virtual background.
Wait, oh wait, okay, time out. Where you clicked on choose virtual background, then you see the first one says none.
Yeah.
Right.
Does it have any other graphic, any other pictures there?
Yes, there's the bridge and then
Right,
there's some
click on one of
grasses.
Click on one of those.
I click the bridge. Now it says download virtual background package.
And that's what, no.
You
package.
can use
Oh,
virtual background
Benny.
without green screen after download.
Okay.
That's a green screen.
Click on green screen.
I don't know what a green screen is.
Does
I
it-
don't know where to
does it
click it.
not-
Okay,
I
that
have-
means you need a green screen, so you
Right.
can't use it, Joan. Joan, you have to have a green screen. I have that on this computer too.
What is a green screen?
It's basically, you buy it, it's a green screen, like,
It's like the weatherman.
yes, the weathermen use a blue
I
screen.
never heard of a weatherman.
No, the weatherman, when you watch the weatherman and they go like that with
Right.
with the weather and show it to you, that's on a green screen, so you can see them.
What it basically is, just real quick, it's a green background. There's different ways you can get around it. If you have a computer that's a little bit, processor is a little newer computer, maybe that's a better way to do it as well. It will do the virtual background very, very well. Like Happy Betty, yours is looking good. Just adjust
yours
your
looks
video a
very
little bit so I can see your face more. Betty is on the, there you go.
Oh,
She's on the.
There you go.
that's
Betty
beautiful.
is on the beach. All right. Does everyone see Betty? Wave your hand so everyone can see you. Betty's on the beach. That is a virtual background that came with Zoom. All right. She's somebody's clapping. Yeah. I would be too if I was on the beach. All I want to say is about the virtual backgrounds. They don't always work as you would like based on your computer. Mine is one of them, because I have a virtual background on and it's all mushed up. Bob, where did you go? Bob, you were like me when, let me try to do that one as well. When I put the virtual background on for, I don't know exactly what that is there.
Oh, that's the green stuff.
Yeah, the green stuff.
And you
It,
got it in your
it
head.
never, or you look like a ghost. So all I want to say is.
Let me just interject that I had the same problem, and then I finally clicked the box at the bottom that said I have a green screen, and that's what cleared it up.
Right. And
Wow.
that's good. If it worked for you. For the rest of you, if you see that option, click on it. I still have that clicked and it still doesn't work, but I'm glad. So all I want to say is it may or may not. Kathy, yours looks good. Kathy's outside in space.
Beautiful.
See, so sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
Mine still says none. When I go to choose virtual background, it just says none.
But there's other pictures there, right?
Other
There's
pictures.
no picture,
There's
Wow.
no other pictures.
No options?
nothing.
I'm not sure of that. We can investigate that. That I don't know, because there was usually, is it the 2 or the 3 that I've always seen come up no matter what. And those are from Zoom. Those are like,
Okay, yours,
Oh my
yours
goodness.
says none. And
Mine
Did it
says none.
partly.
And go to Studio Effects Beta. You do have to download the backgrounds.
Do we want to download the smart virtual background package?
no.
And I think that's what they want you to do, but don't do it now. You can do it after
Don't
the
do it
class.
right
All
now.
right, so now how do I get rid of it? I've got part of my own thing and then
Oh my
it's
God.
only partial. I clicked, I
You
have a
look
green screen.
terrible.
I would go back and
Oh,
go
I like
back into video and do start virtual background and then click none. All right, because otherwise, believe me, folks, we could spend the rest of well, pretty much we're done. But I want to make sure, let me just show you something real quick.
Oh.
Now, let me just show you this because I forgot to do this last
Oh.
time. All right, now, I was attempting to get this virtual background,
Wow.
but it is not a virtual background.
Oh.
It is a PowerPoint slide that I put an image on.
Oh, okay.
All right, so that it's not the same. Virtual backgrounds, they're fun to have, but again, they don't work on all computers. So you really have to have a machine that's a little bit more powerful, newer, and that may just, do the trick for that. So that being said, I've kept you folks really long. I'd like to say thank you for joining us. Those of you that have won prizes, make sure that you make your way over to the library. And again, it's curbside pickup. And again, we just thank you all for joining. Keep your eyes open for things that'll be coming up in the new year. We want to do more of these, not just on Zoom, but it will be via Zoom, but we may be doing some other topics as well. Annie is open to that. And as long as she is, and she's my co-partner, we're going to be able to do and maybe bring more of these to you. Annie's going to, Annie, I'll let you talk.
What do you want me to say?
I got a quick question. I got a quick question.
Yeah.
What about our pictures that we drew?
We will, I knew it. I've saved 2 of them that I could save, so we will be sending those on as well. But Annie will send an email with some follow-up information, some links to what we've shown you today. You'll have my email address again, and I just throw this out there. If anybody wants to really do a short session on, be it virtual backgrounds, okay, like I said, we can't do much with it though, because there's only so much, there aren't tricks to it. It's kind of like you have the machine or you don't, to be quite honest. You can try putting a green sheet behind you as well, and then do a virtual background. Or if you want to do something with the whiteboard, I will let that be up to you. Okay, you contact me and we can set something up. That'd be perfectly fine. That being said, Merry Christmas to everyone. Happy New Year. Thank you. The only thing I could say is please enjoy yourself and stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Bye, Tina and Linda.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Nancy. Bye, Kathy. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye, Pat.
Oh, Kathy,
Yes.
can these Zoom meetings be Chromecast? Onto a big screen TV?
I don't know about the Chromecast piece of it, but you can connect your laptop to
Yes.
your TV and do it that way.
HDMI cord.
Yeah, you can
right.
do it
Good
that
idea.
way.
All right, cool. I forgot. Thank
I
you.
was, I was thinking of doing, sometimes it doesn't work really well for everything that you're doing with the large meeting. However, if you're going to get together maybe with family or something like that, and you want it on a little bit bigger screen.
I know. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. This is great. I can't wait to do some more.
Good. And all I can say is experiment, just try, because you
I'm
can set up your own meeting and
Yeah,
knock the socks off.
perfect. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
All right, bye. Take
Bye,
care.
everybody.